I'm a licensed private investigator, and I did some online research and noticed there isn't much information about this job, so I made some videos. The sole purpose of these videos is to shed light on the private investigative industry and hopefully help out anyone who has hired or who is looking to hire a PI. If you're looking to hire a private investigator, you should first check out my 6-part series titled Hiring a Private Investigator. It's 6 short videos and they're all under 3 minutes, so it won't take much time. Today I will be discussing the chaos of an investigation, and yes, they can be chaotic. Examples of things that are out of anyone's control that can affect an investigation, including but not limited to subject behavior, traffic, environmental factors, law enforcement, terrain/surveillance location, and timing, and that's just a few of them. Subject behavior is impossible to predict. Even though you as the client may know the subject very well, that doesn't mean you know everything they do when they don't think they're being watched. You might think the subject went to have a drink with his buddies because that's what he does every Tuesday night, for example. And maybe he normally does do that every Tuesday, but this particular Tuesday he went to the movies with someone else. Only surveillance and time in an investigation would reveal this type of behavior. Traffic. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. We all know how bad traffic is. This makes tailing a person very difficult these days. It's not like Hollywood and the movies. This is why it is very important for the investigator to know addresses of possible locations that the subject might go to. In the event that we lose the subject, that gives us locations to check and try and regain sight of the subject. See, there are all kinds of other factors that can affect surveillance that are completely out of the investigator's control. Realistically though, the obvious example I'll use for environmental factors is weather. Even just a bad rain can make surveillance difficult due to equipment not having the same visibility that it would if it were a clear day. Another obvious factor is law enforcement. Sometimes paranoid neighbors can call the police on us. It happens. We're not breaking any laws, that's not the problem. The problem is we have to sit there for a period of time speaking to the officer dispatched, explaining who we are and what we're doing. This puts a big red flag out there and pretty much all but guarantees blowing our cover. The general terrain and surveillance location are definitely big factors as well. One example is a neighborhood with houses with little space in between them. This can change how surveillance is conducted versus a neighborhood with more wooded areas between the houses. Lastly, timing. Obviously, anything can change day to day. Let's say the subject misses their alarm the one particular day that the private investigator goes to conduct surveillance. This can obviously change everything because now the subject is off of his normal pattern. The point here is that private investigations can be full of chaos. There are a million factors that can affect a case that's completely out of the investigator's hands or the client's hands or anybody's hands. The key is to be patient. Patience and persistence yield results. I hope you find this information useful. If so, smash that like button and subscribe to our page for more information about private investigating.